Here's a name I can say from the Eradicator.
Hello and welcome to this channel, everybody. This is the Eradicator, and today we have another video about Star Citizen, and that's because we've had a lot of news lately. The video that Chris Roberts talked about during the last, concierge event, saying that, oh, you guys will be very pleased about what's coming up, the video that's coming up. Well, it is out. It is, well, as expected. We knew it would be a pilot talk, and this is a pilot talk about the future of the development of Star Citizen. And the least that we could say, guys, there's already been some comments about there. Please go check out my good friend The Game's video about it. Basically, he sums up in much better words that I cannot say in this channel, of course, what I think about this video. Basically, there's one thing. I want to be fair, guys. I don't want to be just criticizing. Let's be fair. We did learn something interesting, though, and that they decided to stage the different development patches for Star Citizen. That means that they are going to split the teams into not quarterly patches, but semester patches. What does that mean for us as backers? It means that we're still going to get quarterly patches. We're still going to get patches every quarter, but they are going to split the development teams in two. That means that a team is going to, let's say a team is going to develop Q1, and when they finish Q1, they're going to move on to Q3. And when they finish Q3, they're going to move on to Q1 next year. And then the other team would focus on Q2. And when they finish, they focus on Q4. Instead of having all the team focusing on the next patches, rushing their work for the next patches, which as a result is causing delays, is causing things to not work so well, is causing some... what can I say? Some features to have iteration 1, iteration 2, sometimes iteration 3, and basically it doesn't make the results satisfying for us, of course, the backers, but also for them, the developers. So that's what they explained. This is the only information that came out of this pilot talk, which is a bit disappointing. That was quite a lackluster video, of course, because everything else they talked about is, oh yeah, developing Star Citizen is quite difficult. Oh, developing Star Citizen sometimes works, or sometimes things don't work. Oh, developing Star Citizen is making all the devs tired. Blah 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 blah. Lots of, and sometimes that was the most. And something that the game is really pointing out quite well. Sometimes what Aaron was saying was not even understandable. We couldn't even understand what the hell he was saying. Seriously. So that's why I thought it was a very lackluster video. But at least it had this clarification. The devs are going to work in semester patches, and hopefully they are going to be a bit more effective when it comes to releasing patches and releasing content. Now, we also learned that as a result, they need to redefine the roadmap, and as expected, some things have slipped from patches to patches. Some things have disappeared. Some things that were not in the roadmap have appeared, and we're gonna check it out right now. All right, so now we are in the roadmap, and first thing first, let's have a look over there. So yeah, it is not 3.10, but we're gonna have 4.0. Again, expect more things to be added in 4.0. Probably after CitizenCon, I expect a lot of reveals to happen at CitizenCon. Maybe when they are going also to update the roadmap early next year in January. So this is let's call it a very first iteration of 4.0. A lot of people have been saying that 4.0 is very lackluster in the roadmap. I don't believe that this is by no means the final version of it. But anyway, let's have a look at 3.6. I know we're still talking about 3.6. I can't believe Q3 is almost over. And finally, everything is completed. Or at least everything looks to be completed in 3.6. Let's have a look at the 890 jump polishing. Finally, at last, by the way, the E-patch has been released. So it is available in the PTU Wave 2, if I am correct. Oh, yeah, it's written here, actually. So yeah, Wave 2 available finally in the PTU. You can try the 890 jump if you haven't. So a very impressive ship, actually. So go check it out. The next thing that is finally complete is, if I am correct, where is it? Yeah, they wanted to do a little bit more client to server actor network rework. So This was supposed to be completed, but then they reworked on it a little bit more, and now it's polished one more time. How about gameplay and rentals? Well, unfortunately, they are not in 3.6 anymore. So as expected, this is delayed to 3.7. Let's have a look at 3.7. No changes here. Character customization system V2, still 28 tasks out of 57. No big deal. They still haven't tried, they still haven't started Bounty Hunter Armor. Maybe this is going to go for 3.8. I don't know. We'll see. Locations, unfortunately, you can see that the locations, rest stop station interior variants have moved to 3.8, but instead we're going to get caves. Personally, I couldn't give a damn about caves. I don't know what what are we going to do in caves? Are we going to mine or something? There are not going to be any outposts. Are we going to have to try to find, I don't know, to kill? Is there going to be NPCs, that we're going to kill for bounty missions? What the hell is going on with caves? Seriously. I mean, it's going to look fantastic for sure, but I don't see the point in 3.7. If you know what the point is, if you got a clue, please tell me in the comments down below and say, Irad, you don't understand. Okay, fine. Please tell me why. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't get the point of caves. Human AI Combat V2, this is ready. I don't know, I can't remember that. I think they changed some titles, I guess. Anyway, this is complete and polished, so that's cool. And so is AI Dogfight Combat V2. All of that is new. I don't remember having seen that in the last iteration of the 3.7 roadmap. So they completely changed. I think that they removed pretty much everything that was in 3.7, put it in 3.8, and tried to put in whatever small little update they could think of and put it in 3.7. I think that this is what happened. Now, the review of 3.7 is going to be very interesting when it's going to be released. FPS mining, this is something that we knew would eventually come. Well, it's a surprise to see it in 3.7. Is it going to be useful in caves? Again, we're not getting a lot of money with the prospector. We're not getting that much money. If you can do a good prospector run, you can maybe make 30k, 30,000 alpha UEC with a prospector. But the prospector, if I'm correct, has 32 SCU, 32 standard cargo units. But if you mine by foot, how many are you gonna get? 0.3, which is what the backpack you get with the Ranger gets you. So this is really weird. Mission sharing, I like the sound of that. This is great that mission sharing is finally coming up, especially you are with some friends, and now if somebody you are in the party, someone has a mission, only the guy who completes the mission gets the cash, and then has to pay the other players manually by the Mobiglass, using some of these beacon, like transport beacons. So finally, this is going to come up in the verse, and I think that's great. It's going to encourage people to play together a little bit more, and I'm all for that. Personal commodity inventory, a bit something we already had a glimpse of that with the Ranger, but I think that this is actually like these kind of backpacks are going to be available for everybody, so that's cool. Probably useful if, for example, you are going to do these FPS minings there. Harvestables, we've seen these harvestables in Inside Star Citizen quite a bit. Finally, they are going to get into the verse. 33 tasks out of 35, almost complete. I expect that to be completed next week, probably. The problem is that we don't have the survival mechanics, so what are these going to be useful for? Are we going to be able to put them in these backpacks, and are we going to be able to sell those somewhere? I don't know how this is going to work, but how much are we gonna get when we sell those fruits? It's not gonna be also a lot of money as well. It's probably gonna be a waste of time. So I don't understand why harvestable is there, but I guess since they're finished and they need to put stuff in 3.7, why the hell not, right? There you go. There's our ship rentals. Finally, it's there. 1 task out of 2 still hasn't changed so much, but at least hopefully this time it's going to come out in 3.7 if 3.7 doesn't get delayed. IFCS proximity assist, that's something new here, an IFCS feature that helps flying near objects by slowing down accelerations dynamically. So is this what we used to have with planets? I remember planets and moons in the first iterations of 3.1, 3.2. As we were going closer and closer to to the atmosphere, the ships were slowing down so that we would eventually get to safe speeds. This would be very useful to avoid some really nasty crashes. I remember if I think it was 2 months ago, I was flying a Starfarer full of cargo and I crashed very stupidly on the surface of Yela. So maybe that with that new technology, this is not going to happen. Again, weapon attachment V2. We've seen the silencer in the Roundiverse yesterday, so we already know what this is. Let's have a look at the ships and vehicles. These are the Vanguard variants that haven't progressed much. The Banu Defender, hallelujah! 23 tasks out of 50. It was forever at 21, and finally they completed 2 tasks. Woo! Wow, that was a meme, guys. It was like the forever 21 task out of 50 for Banu Defender. We knew when I was doing these roadmap videos, I knew that the Banu Defender would be at 21. When I saw that this was like, oh my gosh, they did something finally. Maybe this is going to kickstart some major progress for the Banu Defender. Let's check out next week if it's going to still be at 23 or more. We should expect, by the way, because today is August 31st, we should expect the Evocati to get their hands on this pretty soon, by the way. Weapons and items. Look at that. We finally have a picture of the Hidibi salvo frag pistol. And look at how beautiful it is. Is that a human gun? It almost looks like some kind of alien design. I really want to know the lore about this, guys. If you know where this comes from, please tell me in the comments down below. Is this like some kind of Banu gun or Banu inspired gun? That's pretty cool. There is the Kroneg FL33 laser cannon. That's a pretty badass gun, as you know, and the Cortex pretty much the same. Let's check out 3.8. All right, we are looking at 3.8 now. The character is still pretty much the same. Microtech Collection 6 out of 7. Edipar hasn't changed so much, so that still looks quite familiar. Microtech 62 attacks out of 285. Still looking familiar. This is where they put the race stop station interior variants. We've already talked about that before. So the moons still also haven't made any much progress. Let's have a look at AI. This is where a lot of stuff have slipped from 3.7 all the way to 3.8. 3.8, which is supposed to be a major patch, a major update. Usually it's Q4 and Q1, so that's why it's not surprising to see all of these features having slipped in 3.8. Let's have a look at some of the progress here that we have. A lot of these flight, pathfinding, gunship defending, all of these AI, flight AI that's going to come 3.8. I'm very surprised to see the bartender coming to 3.8 as well. Probably they want to show it at CitizenCon. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the reason why. So probably they want to keep it a surprise. It is almost finished. Expected to be completed pretty soon. But again, it's also not a surprise to see that they're going to have things that are going to be soon to be completed in 3.8 because of now how they're going to stage the development progress. So basically, the people who were working in 3.6 now are working on 3.8. Actually, or maybe the people who work in 3.5. I don't know how they're going to start this whole new organization, but probably we should expect the people who are working on 3.6 or 3.8 to have been working on it for at least 6 months. So we'll see. We'll see how much progress it's going to make. But this could explain also maybe why 3.9. Why now? Why Horizon has been making so much progress as well with their new organization. Let's have a look at the gameplay. This is very interesting, guys. Restricted area rework, 5 tasks out of 10. We know that CIG believes that right now the no-fly zones are not satisfying, especially when you are landing. A lot of people are crashing because they're trying to make nice approaches and they're just touching slightly the no-fly zone, and they just, it just destroys their ship. So right now it kind of sucks. So it's good that they are going to rework it. Annunciator panels, so the ship UI panels that shows critical information about onboard system. Oh yeah, we definitely need a little panel like that, and especially It's better if it just doesn't come straight to our face like it is right now in the current UI. So it's good that we're gonna have actually little monitors like that in our ship that tell us what's going on. Security system, adding security system that control access to private area objects. Nothing new here. They've shown us the HUD. It's coming up in 3.8. Salvage is still there. Whew. All right. Close combat is still there. All right. Excellent. Ship-to-ship docking, great. But as you can see, we're not going to have, unfortunately, ship-to-station docking, which is something that we're going to need for what is coming up here, the Hull C. So very worrying, very worrisome. The Hull C is coming up, but we're not going to have ship-to-station docking. So why are we even getting the Hull C? Why is this even a thing? Someone please tell me in the comment down below. Some people were saying that, it's going to be the Reclaimer 2.0. We get the Reclaimer, we can't do anything about it. I'm afraid that this is going to be the case with the Hull C. We're going to get the Hull C, but we won't be able to do anything with it since we won't be able to dock. A little bit weird, yeah, I think. Some of these guns are making some progress here. 15 tasks out of 32 for the missile launcher. Okay, that's cool. Let's have a look at the core tech. Planetary ground fog tech has been moved to 3.82. 4 tasks out of 16 still. So these are the things that slipped from 3.7 to 3.8. Let's have a look at 3.9. Not much progress here with the characters. And you see Crusader is not here anymore. But they're still going to work on New Babbage Landing Zone V2. I think that they really want to finish and focus on New Babbage before introducing us to Crusader. That would make sense. Still, I really love Crusader. This is especially Horizon. I cannot wait for it to come. But at the same time, it's great that they want to really finish New Babbage. So totally understand that. Even though I really want to go to Crusader as well. What do we have here? They are going to polish here Flight AI. All right. It's good to see some polishing. It means some of the features are going to be are going to be finalized. That's good. Finally, find some final iterations coming up. I would dare to say. Combat improvements, polishing. Okay, very good. And NPC improvements, civilians. So they're going to improve civilian and NPCs to allow additional behavior. We know that we desperately need subsumption. We need server-side object container streaming for civilians and NPCs to finally be working properly. Gameplay, look at that, 12 entries for our gameplay Q1 2020. These dynamic missions are still here. I'm trying to find what's coming up, what is new in this roadmap here. PvP bounties, oh my goodness, it has slipped all the way to 3.9, 1 task out of 3. I really wanted to start issuing bounties in 3.7, but this has been given a 6-month delay, guys. Oh well, it is what it is, right? Same here, bounty mission NPC improvements. Oh man, I love these bounty missions. Why 6 months, 6 extra month of wait to kick some asses, some NPC asses. All right. The Drake Vulture is still here, but look at that Origin M50 improvements. Why? The Origin M50 was originally called the Origin M50 Interceptor. So are they going to finally make it an Interceptor? Are they going to give it better guns? Because that's definitely what it needs. We need variants. We need a military variant of the M50. We don't just need a racer. We need an M50 that can actually fight. A little bit like the A-Wing in Star Wars. I really hope that this is something CIG is going to do one day. Weapon entries, nothing really new here. And let's have a look at the core tech. Nothing new. Now, let's have a look at 4.0. This is the juicy part. I kept the best for the end, of course. And there is our Crusader. Horizon Landing Zone is still at 24 tasks out of 164. No progress here, but as you can see, it has slipped to 4.0. I really believe that they really want to have this patch to focus on Crusader, and especially with what's going to come later. AI, atmospheric combat. This is a gas giant. There's going to be a lot of gameplay area on that planet. I expect some smaller station to be scattered around, not just Horizon, maybe some pirate floating outposts. We don't know. but AI atmospheric combat is definitely a must, because do expect some combat to happen on Crusader as well. So I'm glad that this is coming up. Combat behavior B2, so this is going to be an extra iteration for NPCs. That's fine. Finally, the player status system V2, so they're gonna have more effects. So this is when we're gonna have to eat. Apparently, we're gonna have all these survival mechanics. This also slipped to 4.0. Oh well. 0G push and pull. This also slipped a little bit. And ship to station docking. That is very disappointing. It is what it is, but why do you release why do you release the Hull C here? Where is it? Where's my Hull C? Why do you release the Hull C here if you actually are going to add this functionality here? That doesn't make any sense, CIG. Ships and vehicles, oh yeah. That is what made me very happy. The Crusader Hercules Starlifter. Finally, the Crusader Hercules Starlifter into the game. So I think that's going to be the C2 variant, right? It's not going to be the A2 and the M2. This is going to be the cargo version, and this makes me really proud. Not proud, but really happy, because I love the design of Crusader Industries ship. I am the owner of a Genesis, I'm the owner of a Mercury, and I do plan to buy a Hercules this year's anniversary, so I'm going to have the entire lineup for Crusader Industries, and I cannot wait to be flying, especially this one, with a really sexy 624 SEO cargo capacity. This is going to be even bigger than the Caterpillar for trading. This is going to be awesome for to make some money in the game. And it makes sense. I was complaining a lot, like, hey guys, we're getting Crusader, but we're not getting any Crusader ships. So I am glad that CIG is finally listening. I was hoping we would get the Mercury, but the Starlifter is also a nice one as well. They're all nice anyway. NPC scheduler. This is very interesting, guys. The system that controls NPCs spawning and population. Hopefully we're going to have server-side object container stream by then, so it's going to be much easier to spawn a lot of NPCs around the verse. So that would make sense to have this tech here. They're going to replace again the shield system. Fine. And they're going to work more on the client to server to client actor network rework. Fine. So that's all we have with this roadmap update. Some delays that was to be expected, some choices that don't make sense. Probably there's going to be some tweaks and reworks on the roadmap. You can count on me to be making some constructive criticism on Spectrum. I hope you guys are going to do the same as well. Please tell me what you think about this roadmap update and the fact that they are going to actually dedicate teams to work for specific patches for the courses of 6 months. I find that very interesting. I think that it makes sense. But does that mean that they're going to have to hire more devs? I don't know. Only time will tell, right? Anyway, guys, let's talk about a giveaway. This month I have a giveaway. I am giving away a Tomb Ranger CV. This is the perfect space motorcycle if you want to do delivery missions on planet sides. All you need to do to get a chance of winning is to subscribe to this channel and to comment to any videos posted in August. This is your last chance because today is August 31st. Tomorrow is going to be the reveal of the next giveaway. So good luck to everybody. I wanted to thank also my Patreons for making this video possible. You guys are absolutely awesome. You guys give me support on a monthly basis and I really appreciate. And I swear, guys, this really gives me the extra motivation to go the extra mile with this channel and to provide you guys with, daily contents about Star Citizen. So thank you so much. If you want to support the channel further down the line, please check out the description. Any help is appreciated. Thank you so much, everyone. That's all for this video. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another vid. This is the Eradicator. I am signing out.